On behalf of City University Hong Kong, I'm very pleased and very honored to welcome Professor Bai to visit City University Hong Kong. And distinguished guests, council chair, provost, professors, and many students here, and our faculty and colleagues. You know, today is a very special day for City University Hong Kong. Not only Professor Bai is our new honorary graduate of CTU, and he's actually a good friend of CTU for many years. He has many friends at CTU. In fact, 2 years ago, he was here to deliver a very important talk on the nanoelectronics. And I remember so well about his presentation. And today, after we had a chat at the hotel and visit our Create Media Center, and the first formal conversation he and I had was quite interesting. We say general greetings, but we never talk about anything essential. The first thing that was important when we arrived at U Circle, I'll give you a hint. You can tell, as the president of Chinese Academy of Science, he's absolutely above everyone. He asked me, he said, Professor Kuo, how's the progress of the School of Veterinary Medicine? Very impressive. You can tell he's a friend of us. With our council chair here, we are pleased to report that we are working hard toward it. Not much to report yet. Today, you are the center of our event, and we look forward to having your presentation. We welcome you again at City University of Hong Kong. On behalf of the university at City University of Hong Kong, let's welcome Professor Bai to deliver this exciting talk. 谢谢.
Thank you, President. Please be seated. May I invite Professor C.T. Liu, University Distinguished Professor, to introduce today's speaker, Professor Bai Chun Li. Professor Liu, please.
Thank you. Council Chairman, President, we have two presidents here today, distinguished guests, and fellow colleagues and students. Good morning. 大家好. It's really my honor to present to you the President of Chinese Academy of Sciences, CAS, and one of China's greatest visionaries, Professor Bai Chun Li. He is not only an outstanding nanotechnology pioneer, and also is a highly accomplished leader in science and technology in China. First, I would like to share with you about the brief history of Professor Bai. He received his bachelor degree from Beijing University in 1978, after which he continued his study at the Chinese Academy of Sciences, Institute of Chemistry, where he received his master and PhD degrees in 1981 and 85. From 85 to 87, he did a postdoctoral research at the famous California Institute of Technology in the United States. After finishing his formal education overseas, Professor Bai returned to China to join the academy. He continued his research and naturally emerged as a leader at the CAS. He was promoted to vice president in 1996 to executive vice president in 2004. And last year, in March, he was elected to CAS president. Following his appointment, he was also elected as a new president of the Academy of Sciences for the Developing World in September last year. He's also the founding director of China National Center for Nanoscience and Technology, and also the chief scientist of the National Steering Committee for Nanotechnology. Also, as a scientist, Professor Bei's work spans many areas, from the structure and property of polymer catalyst to the X-ray crystallography of organic compounds and conductive polymers, and finally to molecular mechanics. From early 1990s, Professor Bei started to promote nanoscience and technology research in China. And Professor Bei's leadership, his team built China's first atomic force microscope, which was used to examine nanostructure on the surface of conductors, semiconductors, and insulators. His group also remodeled the swift tunneling microscope, which allowed the microscope to adopt low temperature and vacuum condition. This is just a symbol of Professor Bei's scientific achievement. Professor Bei has been showered with numerous awards and honors over the years, including a member of Chinese Academy of Sciences, a foreign associate of the National Academy of Sciences of the United States, a foreign member of Russian Academy of Sciences, an honorary fellow of Royal Society of Chemistry of the United Kingdom, an honorary fellow of India Academy of Sciences, a foreign member of the Royal Danish Academy of Sciences, and a foreign member of the German Academy of Science and Engineering. Also, over 10 universities has conferred on Professor Bei with honorary doctorates or professorships. In addition to his scientific achievement, we all admire Professor Bei's dedication to China's next generation. He spent much effort searching for China's talented young scientists to lead China in the future. He also actively promotes international exchanges and collaborations. In 1996, as Vice President of CAS, he demonstrated great originality with his unprecedented program called 100 Talents Program, 100人计划, where he invited top-level scientific talents in the world to collaborate with Chinese scientists. Later, the Chinese central government adopted a great importance to his program and further expanded the program to become the 1000 Talents Program, 千人计划, in an effort to recruit top-ranking scientists from all over the world. At the present time, the program has been further expanded to become a 10,000 talent program, 万人计划, designed to enable China's best scientists for them to lead scientific and technological teams to create a thinking toward scientific discovery. As a leader of the Academy, Professor Bei is very conscious that these outstanding individuals need the right conditions and facilities to ensure their work. He has therefore launched another unprecedented initiative of the 3H program. It stands for taking care of home, house, and health of the scientific talent. This program ensures that their family are well provided with comfortable accommodation and health care so that they can devote themselves wholeheartedly to research, free from domestic worries. Professor Bei even appointed a Deputy Secretary General within CAS to take care of the day-to-day charge of his program. There's no doubt that Professor Bai has served scientists in China to the best of his ability. In summary, Professor Bai has contributed tremendously to China's science and technology development by his outstanding achievements across a spectrum of scientific fields, in expert management of technology, and in the fostering of scientific and technological talent, all of which have contributed greatly to China's growth and prosperity today. We are deeply honored to have Professor Bai as an honorary graduate of CTU. Welcome you to join CTU. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Liu. Please be seated. Now, may I invite Mr. Herman Hu Xiaoming, Chairman of the Council, to present the honorary award certificate to Professor Bai Chunli, President of Chinese Academy of Sciences and the Honorary Doctor of Science recipient for the year 2012. Chairman and Professor Bai, please. Please remain on stage for the group photo. May I invite Professor Kuo to come on stage? Professor Kuo, please. Thank you. Thank you. Please be seated. May I invite Professor Horace Yip, Vice President of Research and Technology, the organizer of the City University Distinguished Lecture Series, to say a few words. Professor Yip, please.
Thank you. Good morning, Professor Bai, Council Chairman, President, colleagues, students, and honored guests. It's a pleasure indeed to welcome you all to the City University Distinguished Lecture Series. And more importantly, we are very welcome, and it's a pleasure to have Professor Bai as a speaker for today's lecture. Professor Bai is the president of Chinese Academy of Sciences and City University 2012 Honorary Doctorate. The long list of enviable achievement has already been presented by Professor Law, so I won't repeat it here, but instead I will say a few words about the City University Distinguished Lecture Series. City University is committed to provide top quality learning environment for our colleagues, our students, and the communities. Gone are the days when physicists, biologists, mathematicians, and engineers who would specialize in a particular area and work in isolation. In the 20th century, everyone worked together and in the disciplinary knowledge and skills, reaching out with across traditional discipline is important and a key success element for teaching and research in universities. So against this background, the City University Distinguished Lecture Series provide a platform for this endeavor, as well as for the university community to listen to and to interact with world-renowned speakers from different fields. It also aims to stimulate intellectual vitality, to enhance our academic ambience, and to broaden our horizons. So it is our great pleasure again to have Professor Bai to deliver one of our distinguished lectures today. And the title of his talk today is Progress in and Perspective for Nanotechnology, from Basic Research to Application. So let's give a warm welcome to Professor Bai.